Why do you remain where you are? Let us be brutally honest with one another. It is not for a lack of tools. The world is drowning in a sea of information, countless books, weekend seminars, an endless deluge of motivational quotes plastered across your social media feeds. You have more access to knowledge than any king or emperor of old could have dreamed. It is also not for a lack of desire. I can feel your ambition through the ether. It is a burning fire within you. You want success perhaps as badly as a drowning man wants air. The failure, then, is not in your tools or your desire. The failure lies in your foundation. You have built your house, your life, your career, your ambitions on the shifting sands of fleeting motivation. You get excited for a day, a week, and then the tide of emotion recedes, leaving your resolutions washed away. Your house should be built on the unshakable bedrock of daily discipline. This is the great divide. You ask life for the fruit, but you have not diligently tended the root. Consider Solomon, at the very dawn of his reign, presented with an opportunity from infinite intelligence to ask for anything he could imagine, riches beyond counting, the utter vanquishing of his enemies, a long and prosperous life. What did he choose? An understanding heart. Wisdom. He asked for the root, not the branch. He asked for the cause, not the effect. And because he asked in alignment with universal law, the heavens gave him everything else as a natural consequence. This is not a quaint fairy tale, my friend. It is a perfect clinical demonstration of an immutable law of creation. The modern man has this sequence catastrophically backward. He begs and prays for the $1 million, but steadfastly refuses to build the $1 million mindset that commands such wealth. He dreams of the body of a warrior, but will not embrace the relentless discipline of a warrior's daily regimen. He craves the abundance mindset, yet his every thought is steeped in the consciousness of poverty, lack, and disorder. He wants to reap the harvest promised in Think and Grow Rich, without the painstaking labor of planting the seeds and tilling the soil of his own mind. This is the great tragedy of modern ambition without structure. It is a raging fire without a furnace to contain and direct its energy, all heat, all smoke, but no real power. This is the precise point where your journey of genuine self-development must begin, not with a new tactic, a new app, or a new hack. It begins with a new mind, a mind that consciously and deliberately chooses wisdom over wants, structure over frantic striving, a mind that is ready to stay hard and hold its course when a million distractions and old habits call its name. Welcome to Napoleon Hill's discipline. There is a fundamental truth that separates the titans of this world from the masses who live in quiet desperation. It is not luck, it is not background, nor is it formal education. The difference between failure and success lies in one word, a word that is often spoken but rarely understood, and even more rarely lived. That word is discipline. For more than 2 decades, I dedicated my life, at the behest of the great Andrew Carnegie, to a singular mission, to uncover and codify the philosophy of personal achievement. I was granted access to the minds of the most powerful men of the age, men like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Charles M. Schwab, and Theodore Roosevelt. I studied their victories, their failures, their habits, and their deepest convictions. The secrets I uncovered, the 13 principles of success, were distilled into my masterwork, Think and Grow Rich. But what I discovered is not new. This philosophy is as old as civilization itself. The laws are immutable, eternal. And today, we journey back in time to a king who sat on a throne of ivory and gold, a man whose wisdom was so profound that rulers from every corner of the known world sought his counsel. We speak of King Solomon. He was a master of the very principles I documented. He understood a truth that most men, in their frantic, desperate chase for success, completely ignore. All riches, all power, all dominion are rooted not in effort, but in a mind governed by unwavering discipline and universal law. This is not a history lesson. This is a mirror. This is an indictment of the way you have been living. It is for you, the man or woman who works to the point of exhaustion, yet feels perpetually lost. You who chase every fleeting goal but possess no true direction. You who consume endless information books, seminars, and podcasts like this, yet remain without peace, without power, without command over your own life. You have sought the rewards of success without understanding the structure that sustains them. You have failed to forge the timeless teachings of Napoleon Hill through the iron discipline required to make them manifest in your reality. Today, that ends. Today, we do not simply learn, we build. Today, we lay the foundation for your throne. I want you to visualize your life, your entire existence, as a kingdom. Within this kingdom, you are meant to be the sovereign ruler, the undisputed king or queen. Now, look with honest eyes. Are you truly on the throne, or are you a puppet, a figurehead whose strings are pulled by circumstance, by your fleeting emotions, by the opinions of others, by the news of the day? Most men and women are living in a kingdom of absolute chaos. Their minds are not a disciplined royal court, they are a riotous, unruly mob. Every thought is a dissenting voice, pulling them in 1,000 different directions at once. The voice of fear shouts down the whisper of faith. The seductive minister of procrastination overthrows the noble duke of purpose. The spy of doubt slips poison into the wells of desire. You are trying with all your might to build an external empire of wealth and achievement, while your entire inner world is engulfed in a bloody civil war. It is an impossible task. As I have written and taught for over 50 years, and as every great philosophical tradition has affirmed, your outer world is but a perfect mirror, a reflection of your inner world. The urgency I am trying to convey is this. Every single day that you live without establishing inner law, you are not just standing still, you are actively collapsing. Your divine potential is leaking away like water from a cracked vessel. Your precious life energy is being squandered on trivialities and inner conflict. You are, whether you admit it or not, building a legacy of mediocrity. One undisciplined thought, one broken promise to yourself at a time. You read the great books, you listen to podcasts like this one seeking a spark of study motivation, but the effect is as temporary as a flash of lightning, because you have no system, no discipline to retain and apply the knowledge. You have information, but you lack transformation. You feel this truth deep in your bones, don't you? That nagging, persistent sense that you are capable of so much more, that a giant lies asleep within you, yet something unseen holds you back. It is the palpable anxiety of the uncrowned king, living the life of a peasant in the halls of his own palace. The world has sold you a lie, the lie of the grind, the myth of hustle. It tells you that if you just work harder, sleep less, sacrifice more, you will inevitably break through. But let me tell you, as one who has studied the truly effective men, hard work with a scattered mind is like trying to chop down a giant redwood with a dull, rusty axe. You will exhaust and embitter yourself long before that great tree ever begins to tremble. This path leads only to burnout, and the cynical false belief that success just isn't for me. The real chains that bind you are not external circumstances. They are the mental habits you stubbornly refuse to break, the damning lack of a definite chief aim, the childish inability to control your emotional response to life's challenges, the tragic failure to establish a personal philosophy to live by. This is the war you must fight. This is the battle you must win. And you must win it now. Your future is not a distant event. It is being forged in the furnace of this very moment. I can sense the shift in your mind. The initial fear of this diagnosis is turning into a question. How? How do I begin to tame this chaos? You feel the immense weight of this inner disorder, and it seems insurmountable. This is the critical turning point. This is the moment we alchemize fear into fuel. This is where we cease being the passive effect and become the powerful cause. This is where the iron discipline of Napoleon Hill takes hold and begins to reshape your destiny. Your very first act as a sovereign ruler is to declare your chief aim, the one purpose that will command all your energy. But instead of aiming for a superficial target, a dollar amount, a job title, you will do as Solomon did. You will aim for the cause of all those things. You will aim for the wisdom required to command that abundance and so much more. Your new definite chief aim from this moment forward is this: to become the man or woman who, through unwavering daily discipline, forges the mindset, character, and skills capable of attracting, managing, and multiplying immense abundance for the good of myself and others. Do not just read those words. Write them down. Etch them into your journal. This is not merely a goal. It is a profound statement of becoming. This singular focus on self-development shifts the entire game. You stop chasing butterflies of success and instead build a beautiful garden that attracts them to you. Be deeply grateful for this insight. It is the master key. Long before you can create a successful mastermind alliance with other intelligent individuals, you must first master the counsel of your own mind. Your thoughts are your advisors, your cabinet members. Right now, you are allowing traitors, fools, and cowards to sit at your royal table. Starting today, you establish a new law within your kingdom. As the sovereign, you will place an armed guard at the gate of your mind. No thought is granted entry without your express permission. You will challenge every thought that approaches. Is this thought a loyal subject, aligned with my definite chief aim? Does it build and strengthen my kingdom, or does it seek to weaken and sabotage it? You will begin to use the power of autosuggestion, a cornerstone principle from Think and Grow Rich, not as a hopeful wish, but as a royal decree. Repeat your new aim every morning upon waking and every night before sleeping. This rigorous, disciplined practice is the very foundation of a genuine and unshakable abundance mindset. This is the essence of true emotional intelligence. You have been conditioned to fear failure. You have allowed its sting to define you, to make you timid. From this day forward, you will see failure for what it truly is: pure, unadulterated feedback from reality. It is your personal royal tutor, sent by the universe to instruct you on the laws you have unknowingly violated. When you face a setback, and you will not retreat into shame or bitterness. You will stand firm. You will stay hard. You will become an avid student of your own mistakes. You will ask, with analytical detachment, what principle of success did I ignore? Where did my discipline falter? What is the seed of an equivalent benefit hidden within this apparent failure? This mindset transmutes every loss into a lesson, every obstacle into a stepping stone for your self-development. You must become profoundly grateful for these painful lessons, for they are infinitely more valuable than any easy victory. This is the core philosophy of every champion this world has ever known. The time for passive theory is over. The time for feel-good motivation has passed. You are on the channel of Napoleon Hill's discipline for one reason. You are ready to take decisive, intelligent action. This is your call to ascend the throne of your life. Greatness is never an accident. It is not improvised. It is architected with the precision of a master builder. It is built upon a foundation of non-negotiable personal laws. I am calling on you, right here and now, to become the lawgiver of your own life. You will draft your own personal constitution, a set of sacred principles by which you will live, starting this very day. No excuses. Your first law, the law of the dawn. You will rise at a set time every single morning. This is not open for debate with your weaker self. The throne of your day waits for no one. The world silently responds to the man who owns his morning. Your first act of every day must be a conscious act of discipline, a resounding declaration to yourself and to the universe that you are in command. Your second law, the law of a definite aim. Before your feet touch the floor, before the world has a chance to impose its chaos upon you, you will speak your definite chief aim aloud, not as a meek recitation, but as a powerful command. You will infuse it with emotion, with burning faith, with the absolute certainty of a king who knows his decree will be made manifest. This practice becomes your primary source of study motivation, the daily study of your own magnificent potential. Your third law, the law of the throne hour. You will dedicate 1 hour, or at the very least, 30 minutes each day, to silent, organized thought. This is your throne hour. No phone, no computer, no distractions, just you, your journal, and infinite intelligence. During this sacred time, you will reflect on your aim, strategize your actions, and listen to the quiet, still voice within. This is where you cultivate the clarity and strategic thinking of a leader. It is in this silence that you truly master your own mind. Your fourth law, the law of resolute action. Following your throne hour, you will identify the one most important task, the big rock, that will move you closest to your aim. You will commit, by law, to completing this single task before midday. This practice builds unstoppable momentum and starves the monster of procrastination. This is the practical application of how to stay hard against the siren song of comfort and distraction. This is how you achieve your SMART goals. This is not a list of polite suggestions. This is the blueprint for your reign. This is the philosophy of Think and Grow Rich, made manifest through daily, disciplined action. This is how you deliberately and systematically forge an abundance mindset. Millions of people will hear these words or read these principles. Only a tiny fraction will act. The question that hangs in the balance of your entire future is brutally simple. Which one are you? How bad do you truly want it? I will not conclude with gentle encouragement or hollow platitudes. Such things are for the weak and the wavering. I will end with a challenge, a command, an assignment from your new higher self. Your training does not begin tomorrow. It does not begin next Monday. It begins the very second this podcast concludes. Your first royal decree is not something you will ponder or plan. It is something you will do now. Take out a clean piece of paper or open a new, blank document. At the top, write in bold letters, "The Constitution of a Sovereign Mind." This is the founding document of your new life. Underneath that title, write out your definite chief aim, as we have defined it together in this session, word for word. Then, write your first law. Law I, the law of the dawn. Write down the exact time you will rise. Make it a covenant, a sacred, unbreakable vow between you and your highest destiny. This is your first, definitive act of ruling. Do not just think about it. Do it. The physical act of writing is a powerful commitment to your subconscious mind. It is a declaration of war against your old, undisciplined self. That voice of doubt you might hear, the one telling you this is silly or that you'll fail again, that is the last desperate gasp of the peasant you are dethroning. Ignore it and write. I want you to go one step further. After you have written your first law, share in the comments section below the one law you are committing to this week. My law of the dawn is 5:30 a.m. Declare it publicly. Let this community bear witness. Let the world know that a new ruler has taken the throne. Remember, the teachings of Napoleon Hill, the wisdom of Solomon, and the principles of success from every age are utterly useless until they are forged and hardened in the fires of your personal discipline. Be deeply grateful for this challenge, for within it lies your long-awaited liberation. This is the path. This is the work. It is a hard path, and you must resolve to stay hard as you walk it. Subscribe to Napoleon Hill's Discipline. We are not here to inspire you for a day. We are here to provide the study motivation and the mental fortitude to transform your entire life, one disciplined day at a time. Your training has begun. Rule well.